Okay, so we are gonna be making trocitos de puerco. Sorry, my Spanish is funky, but I still speak it. So what you will need is 1 clove of garlic. This is for the sauce. A couple of tomatoes, best ones you can find. I mean, right now there's a lot of them being made. Plants, you know. You're gonna need a slice of onion. And to make the salsa spicy, you're gonna need a couple of jalapeno peppers. You will also need the trocitos de puerco. I bought 2 pounds worth of it just because I have a big family. And some olive oil. It's in here. It could be olive oil. It could be that masola oil. It could even be the coconut oil. Pretty much just whatever oil you like. I'm using 1/4, like I said, because I have 2 pounds of meat. And our next step would be to put all the tomatoes with the jalapeno peppers to boil. Make sure you take off the end of the jalapeno pepper before you cook them. Okay. Make sure to add water. Go ahead and place them in the stove so they can start boiling. Okay, so while your tomatoes and your jalapenos are cooking, you're going to add your olive oil into your pan and pour in there your carne to make sure it's nicely tenderized and cooked, and to make it nice and crispy. It will give it a good flavor. Okay, I have already placed my trocitos de puerco to cook. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cover them and just let them sit there till they're nice, cooked, and golden brown. Make sure the fire's on a low flame so that it can be nice and soft by the time you have to pour in your sauce. Okay, by now, your jalapenos and your tomatoes should be fully cooked, so I'll go ahead and bring them over. Let me just move all this out to the side. What we're gonna do with them is we're gonna go ahead and place them inside the blender because we need to make our salsa. So just bear with me for a couple minutes. So while you're doing this, your carne should still be cooking so it can get nice and golden brown. Okay, let me just put this back in the sink. Okay, so now remember how I told you about the clove. You're gonna go ahead and add on the clove. Cut a decent chunk of the onion. The onion is gonna go, make sure it's all peeled. My onion wasn't peeled. So you're gonna cut a decent chunk of onion, put it in the blender, and go ahead and mix all of this together. So my meat has already been cooking for a while. As you can see, almost all the juices are all dried out. Wait till all of this is gone and it's absorbed by the meat before you pour in your salsa. My salsa is also already finished. It's already done. And it's just about ready for me to just pour it in here. So by now my meat is done cooking. All the water that was left on it has been absorbed. But first I wanted to show you something I like to always cook with. I'm using the product Goya for seasoning. I'm going to go ahead and add it to my food. For me, it just gives it a better flavor. But, you know, you can add any kind of seasoning you like. So I'll go ahead and pour in my salsa. So we're right here, putting all the meat. As I said, wait till it gets nice and golden brown. You see that one? There's no more water left on it. My meat is almost all fully cooked. The rest of it is going to be finished cooking once I add the salsa. So let's go ahead and take care of that part. Make sure you do it slowly because sometimes the water just starts to jumping, or the steam will come up. And sorry, my camera keeps going in and out of focus, but bear with me. So I have added my salsa. I already added my seasoning Goya, the one I showed you from previously. And I'm just gonna let this sit here on a low flame for another 20 minutes and it's gonna be ready to serve.